I'm Tony Lacantro and I'm at the RIU Resources Roundup here in Sydney, and today I'm interviewing Dermot Ryan, the Managing Director of Alto Metals, code AME. Good morning, Dermot.
Good morning, Tony.
I think I should disclose that I love your story, and I've recently raised money for you in my capacity as a broker at 4.7 cents. I think you're trading slightly lower.
Correct. We're about 4.5 at the moment. We've had a few shareholders who've taken some profits recently, Tony, but we're expecting to correct that in the not very distant future. This morning we've put out an announcement. We've we've got a maiden resource estimate out for the Indomitable camp and the Vanguard camp, and we've added, I think it's around, well, we're up to 261,000 ounces now in JORC 2012 compliant resources. We started, when we got the project back in 2016, we had no JORC 2012 compliant, and we're aiming for 500,000 as our next step, and obviously beyond that for 1 million.
Yeah. I think what attracted me to Alto Metals was the fact that you dominate the sandstone belt pretty much. And I think we saw that with Gold Road and the Yamana belt, what one discovery can do, which took them from 5 cents to over 80 at one point. So how do you think you can replicate that success?
Well, Tony, I see further because I stand on the shoulders of giants or stand on the shoulders of others. There have been a number of companies that have explored at sandstone, beginning with Western Mining in the late 80s and early 90s, followed by Herald and then Troy Resources. Each of these companies has done some very good quality work, but they have done patchwork work, or what I call patchwork, on the tenements that they have at the time. We're in a very fortunate situation that all of that information is available for free from the Mines Department, and many millions of dollars of exploration data, but it's incomplete in places. So what we've done is compiled all that data from the Mines Department open file system, identified where the gaps are. We've flown detailed airborne magnetics and identified lithostructural targets, and we understand what a lithostructural target is where the gold mineralisation has got the right favourable geology and the favourable structure. And we then have added to the existing data that competitors of previous explorers have put together, and we've made the picture a lot clearer for us. So if you look at deposits like Bull China, they were found by there's gold in laterite. If you look at Lord Nelson, another 250,000 ounce deposit that Troy found, it had a laterite and soil anomaly over it. So we're looking for either gold in laterite or gold in soil, or gold in laterite and there might be alluvium over the top of those anomalies. So we've actually put together a very good picture of targets that haven't been adequately addressed in the past, and targets that have actually got some mineralisation, but they were too shallowly drilled or they're drilled into fresh rock. We're not constrained, we don't have an oxide mill, we don't have a mill at all. So we're looking for 1 million ounces. Some of it will be oxide, some of it will be laterite, and some will be hard rock. We're not constrained by mill.
I think 1 million ounces, there's normally a $60 million prize associated with that discovery, and we're starting to see some consolidation in the gold industry now, which is great. But I think the key risk for investors at the moment with such a low share price is there's no liquidity in your stock. So I like to call it a bit of a lobster pot, but I mean, if you pick off some shares, you've just got to be patient. But if you make that big discovery, you're not going to get in.
Look, mineral exploration is a long-term game. It's not a short-term game. There are people who are day traders who just want to make a short profit and get in and out. But if you've got, we've got 800 square kilometres of very prospective ground. We've got many millions of dollars of data that have been spent by other people, and what we're doing is working beyond that. And the age of the gold mineralisation right throughout the Yilgarn is about 2.7 billion years. It's not the gold that's at Jundee and at Mount Magnet and Bronzewing and all these other places, the same events, similar form of formation. There's no reason why we can't find those multi-million ounce deposits at sandstone. It's really that the drilling up to date has been patchy and too shallow.
Yeah, they can run but they can't hide. Thanks a lot, Dermot.
Thank you very much, Tony.
All the best.
All the best.
Bye.